I would like to recommend is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I feel like I'm very qualified to recommend this book because it is my favorite novel and I've read it multiple times. I've also seen the movie and I've read the graphic novel. Before I give a little brief summary on baseline about what the book is on, trigger warning before you read the book essay. I would not recommend reading it if that's something that is super heavy for you and that you cannot handle, or watching the movie. They do have like the scene depicted in both the bees and in the movie, so just be aware of that before you indulge in this story in any way. Okay, so for the brief summary, this is a story about Melinda Sordina, who is an incoming freshman at Meriwether High and who has lost all her friends and has become basically selectively mute due to her calling the cops at a high school party over like the summer break because she was essayed at said party. And this is just about kind of her mental health journey and her navigating life after that happens and going through that. I think this is a very, very important book to read. I think everyone should read it at least once, especially if you have been through a situation similar. Sometimes it's nice to see yourself represented in a character and to see them get justice, especially if you could not. So, the real world and like modern world thing that I want to connect to this reading is essay and how it happens, and that it happens in real life, which obviously, but more than 370 million girls and women alive today, or 1 in 8, experienced essay before the age of 18. And it's also, a study was done that on teenage girls found that about 80% of them developed a mental health disorder, which included depression, anxiety, and PTSD months after being essayed, and over half, which was like 55%, developed 2 or more conditions. So this is also kind of touched on in the book because Melinda does suffer from all 3 of those: depression, anxiety, and PTSD. And I think Laurie Halse Anderson does a really good job of accurately portraying how that looks, because sometimes it could be dramatized or even demonized, but it's very real, and I don't want to say relatable, but it kind of is, because it's very, very accurate to how people with these disorders actually experience. But that is not to say if you have any of these disorders and you don't act exactly how she acts, that it's not valid. There are so, like, with mental health, it's not all black and white. There are so many different ways that people present these disorders. But yeah, I just want to again say I highly, highly recommend these books. Keep in mind that heavy subjects are talked about and discussed at the forefront in these books before you read anything or indulge in any media, I would look up trigger warnings so you could keep a peace of mind. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy the book if you decide to read it.